Cha-ching!
What's up, YouTube? I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man, and this is
Peyton.
Peyton. We've got a new video for you today. Before we get into these shoes that we got out on the table, we've got to have a word from our sponsor, Peyton. I think she didn't. I was in the sanctuary myself. You went off to help serve somewhere else that day. This was like 3 weeks ago. I heard this piece of this message at church, and it really stuck with me, and it was really important, so I want to share it with y'all. This is a word from our sponsor. This is 2 Corinthians 11, verse 3. 2 Corinthians is a letter that Paul wrote to the church in Corinth. He was trying to encourage them and things like that. And it says, "But I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ." And what I think is really important right there, it says that Eve was deceived. Also, this is only one of 4 times that Eve is ever mentioned in the New Testament, and I think it's really cool when the New Testament refers, or it really just ties back to anything in the Old Testament, but especially when they're specifically talking about it. So this is an old phone, and not only is it an old phone, but it's also trying to update because I rarely turn this thing on. All right, so now he says, "I'm afraid that you might get deceived like Eve." Eve was deceived. She didn't just sin, she was deceived. Now, if we look back at Genesis 3, it talks about the fall. The serpent was more crafty than any animal in the wild that the Lord had made. He said to the woman, this is Satan talking to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from the tree in the garden?" The woman said, "We may eat from fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat the fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die." "You will certainly not die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." And then when the woman saw the fruit, she felt that it looked good and pleasing and desirable for gaining wisdom too, so she took it and she ate it. So what was really important about that is, and if you read more of Genesis 2, I guess, which talks a little bit more about the relationship that they had, like God and Adam and Eve had a really close relationship, and everything was perfect in the Garden of Eden. God was there, and there was no sin. What the serpent, what Satan actually did was talk Eve out of her relationship with God. Like, she had a very close relationship. She trusted God, and he talked her out of trusting that what he said was good and it was fine and it was perfect. And she questioned that and then ate the fruit. So it's not like he talked her into sin. What he really did was talk her out of relationship, and then she sinned. And that's why it's so important for us to have that relationship with Christ, and reading our Bible every day is one very important way to keep that. All right. So this went way back into chapter 3 of Genesis, right? The very beginning of the Bible. These go way back too. So this is, when was this made? This was made in 2022. So this is a couple years old now. I think it came out at the end, like December 2022. So it's like a year and a half old now. And this is the Lost and Found. It's a Chicago colorway, and it's reimagined. This is one of, I think there are 3 reimagined Jordan 1s. We got reimagined Jordan 5s. We got reimagined Jordan 3s. We got reimagined Jordan 3s. And it's hard for, I think, anybody to remember how many reimagines there are. Some people don't like reimagines. These sold out. I don't know how. We don't know what's up with hype, but these sold out quick too. And they're reimagined. They're not the exact same as the OGs. No one liked the blue ones. I forget the name of the blue. Whatever they are, the Royals. No one liked those because they reimagined them too much. But these are reimagined with some crackle up here, like they were just sitting around lost and found, which means they were lost. And then somebody's like, "Oh man, there's this pair of shoes that's been sitting around forever." We got some crackle up here. We got some crackle here. We've got some sail midsole. The white on this isn't really that white. And then there's some discoloring, some whitening on the outsole. So this was a reimagined one that went crazy. These went for a lot of money. I don't think they're going for a whole lot now. The box was pretty cool. It's almost like it's mismatched, and it's also like fake worn and stuff like that. So, Peyton, have you ever worn these?
Oh, no, not yet.
Did you want to?
Yes.
You did want to. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna let you wear those or not. Maybe. But Peyton really loves Jordan 1s. Which ones do you think are your favorites? Biohacks or UNCs?
Ooh,
It's got to be one of the two, right?
yeah, it's gonna be the UNCs.
The UNCs. All right, the UNCs go for a whole lot of money. It's those UNCs. University Blues, whatever you want to call those. They go for a whole lot of money, and they're made out of nubuck. And I don't let her wear those when they are when it's wet outside, because it's wet outside, and I don't want her wrecking my nubuck. But she's pretty good on shoes, and her foot is more narrow than mine, so it's not going to stretch my shoe out to make it uncomfortable, although she ties it a little bit tighter, and I just got to undo it a little bit. But all right, let's take a look at this new shoe. Atticus and I, oh man, there's so much to talk about because I haven't recorded a video in a month. Atticus and I were at the mall. We had to go to the mall anyway. We had to go to the mall to pick this up, but we also had to go to the mall because I needed a pair of pants to match my old suit jacket because it's tailored, fits really great. Or I had to buy a whole new suit, and Atticus needed a new suit because Haley's getting married. We got less than a month. Yeah, less than a month. And also, if you couldn't tell, I'm back. I feel like you can tell because Atticus and I took a picture at his summer festival yesterday, and like this part of my face looks a whole lot thinner. Does it look like that to you?
Yeah, it does.
He said so too. Why are you laughing? Because she's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I think it does. So y'all can comment down below if you can see it. I mean, y'all can go back to my last video that was before I got back on my carnivore diet. I've been on it for 2 weeks, and I've lost, or to the end of the day will be 2 weeks. I guess it's been 2 weeks really, but 5 days ago I'd already lost 14 pounds. So, but that's what's going on. We'll get more into that, I guess, and maybe in future videos. We got a lot of future videos to make. All of these boxes right here are recent shoes. There's more boxes that Atticus doesn't have to pay on too that are behind him, aside from the ones that have been back there for over 2 years. So we got a whole lot to do. All right, so this is like the inverse colors of this, but it's the same type thing on the outside. It also looks like it's worn a little bit. I think it might be cool to switch these and just see how it looks. We'll do that in a minute. We can put this shoe down. Remember the crackle, and all right. This is Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Dark Powder Blue. Apparently it's got double dark powder blue. Okay, we got what looks like really old, like yellowed paper. What kind of paper did we have in this one? Okay, we have like
fancy.
This was like newspaper ads, yeah, which was cool, but this is different.
Those are mine.
So part of the reason why I got these, I do like them, and these went really hard. I mean, hype is crazy. These went really hard when they came out last 2016, 2015. I don't know, it was years ago. And those were going for crazy amounts of money. You couldn't get these on the resale market, I don't think, for less than $500. But apparently they didn't go that hard this time. A month prior to the release, they were already under retail. So y'all tell me what the heck is going on. It's not so crazy reimagined like the Royals with a completely different material. It's much more like the Lost and Founds that did well. Much more like these, just slight differences. Most people like the sale midsole. I don't know why these didn't go hard. Like, they look pretty good to me. But a month before the release, they were already under retail on StockX. And then, let's see. This is what changed my mind. I did actually enter this raffle for Hibbett, and what changed my mind was JD gave exclusive access on like Tuesday, and or maybe it was a little bit after that, or whatever day it was, and I got in by like 9:15, and this size was already sold out. So that made me think they might not be easy to get. So I went ahead and oh, woo! It smells fake. Went ahead and got into the Hibbett raffle, hit the Hibbett raffle, and that's why Atticus and I had to go to the mall this morning. So part of the reason why I got these is because Peyton really likes them, but also because I want this UNC. Like this UNC colorway needs to go into the collection. So let's do this really quick. I just want to see what this looks like. It matches. So we're gonna this is gonna be the what do you call it? Thumbnail. We got to get this thumbnail. Atticus, don't forget. So it's a little bit different overall, the boxes, but pretty much the same. So, all right, what do we see here? This, I think right off the bat, what disappoints me about this a little bit is that this is very plasticky leather. It's not Jordan 1 leather. It's not Jordan 1 high leather. This is like mid leather. I feel this is so much better. Maybe it's because it's broken in like a little bit. This feels plasticky. So I'm a little disappointed with that. It's not the end of the world, but the white leather in the toe, also a little bit hard.
I like the
Sale, yeah.
It makes this pop a lot more.
Yeah, I would rather they just be OG. For me, I'd rather OG and no reimagined at all. But I guess if people have those OGs from the last release that went hard, which I mean, some people do, but
The same as the
yes.
Lost and Found.
Also, just like the Lost and Founds, there's some white hazing going on the bottom.
It's creative. I like it.
Check that out.
Hmm?
Let's see.
I love the box here.
Up here, though, this is still nice. This is normal Jordan 1 high, the stuff we'd expect. But overall, I'm just not terribly impressed, but I like the colorway, and it's got to be in the collection, and Peyton's going to wear it. So that, one thing, actually, I've seen something a little odd with these Lost and Founds, is that the red is fading onto the white. That's not great to see. And I haven't worn these hardly at all, but maybe the blue won't be as noticeable if it fades like that. It may not, because it's obviously a different dye than the red. But we're not going to risk messing up my nubuck on my really hyped university blues up there. Instead, she can wear these and hopefully be happy.
She's gonna be walking into school. Everyone's gonna be like, "She's got the drip."
She's got the drip. Let her cook. Is she going to cook when she goes in? Is that how that goes too? Are you blushing? No.
I'm excited.
She's excited. Okay. So, like I said, I had to have them. I'm a little disappointed with the materials, but overall, I still really like the shoe. I like the box. I like everything that goes with it.
I like how it's smaller. Like it doesn't look like a boat. Yeah. I like how it is like the biohacks. I love that shape, and it's like that's why I like the Jordan 1s because they fit me really well. So
Yeah, she has access to, I mean, other than some of my really hype stuff, she has access to pretty much every shoe in here, and it's just crazy that we wear the same size shoe. She's almost as tall as me, and her hands are way bigger than mine.
Not hand comparison.
Yes, her hand is way bigger than mine. Not bigger, her fingers are longer. But she really just sticks to ones. Is there anything else you wear in here? Really nothing, right?
what are those? What's
Those are ones. The pink
No.
ones you wear?
yeah?
Yeah, those are ones.
Oh, okay.
They're just lows.
And then I wore
It's pretty much it. So,
maybe
and maybe once or twice in the last 5 years, she's worn something else. Maybe not 5 years, because I don't think you've worn my size for 5 years. But all right, well that's it. Today's release. This came out today. Hopefully, I'm gonna get this video out in just a little bit. And it's just really crazy how this hype works. That the Lost and Found went really hard. I can definitely see why the Royals, which are actually behind Atticus, I've had them in the box since I bought them. I'm pretty sure I bought them full retail. I didn't even get them on sale, which I should have. I thought about getting these on sale, but then I'm like, no, I do really want these in the collection. So I don't want to make the same mistake that I originally made with these. If you watch this video, I got them late because I didn't hit on them for retail, and luckily my nephew Isaac, who's always got my back with drops and shop drops and restocks and everything, he got this on Dick's on the shop, or on a restock. So thankfully I was able to get them for a little over retail. I gave them a little bit more, but these went hard, and I made the mistake of not getting them. I didn't want these to go hard, even though they were going under retail on StockX. Just people to realize that either one, stock is going to be way lower, or two, people just liked them a whole lot more than what we thought. So here they are. Glad they're here. Peyton's glad they're here. So tell your grandma about and she really liked, I think she saw them laced somewhere on a video or on TV or something, where they laced it all up like this. I don't think that's really going to work. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, because there's two sets of laces. It's not one lace that changes colors. So maybe. I mean, if you do it like that, you're going to have two laces out the top that were only laced halfway through, so they're going to come out to here. They're going to be really long because they're only laced halfway through. Well, you do tie shoes, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No. Hold on.
But tell your grandma about the Jordan 1 High OG reimagined UNC. Tell your grandma that you do tie your shoes. Smash the like button if you like anything that you saw here today. Smash the like button for that word from Paul that we need to keep our relationship, because it's Satan that talks us out of our relationship that leads us to
Strong
sin.
relationship.
Yeah, keep a strong relationship, because it's Satan that talks us out of that relationship that leads us to sin. All right, is that it?
Yep.
All right, see y'all next time.
Bye. You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Choose.
Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire! It's so cute. Wow.
What's that?
Jordan 3 black cement.